I get calls. आपको अवार्ड मिलेंगे, आधे पैसे में कर लीजिए।
Exactly.
आधे पैसे में कर लीजिए। मैं बोला आप अपने घर पे रखिए।
आपने वही
मुझे पूरे पैसे दीजिए।
Looking at the iconic scene of the Fame game where the yesteryear actor meets the new age heroine and mocks her at just the experts that they have around them in the form of stylists, publicists, and marketing consultants, while not really having to focus on their talent, made me also think about the evolution of actors and how conscious one becomes having so many avenues of revenue in this day and age. Now you have everything from brand endorsements and social media outrage ready to cancel you at every step that you falter, which already censors the artists of what they can and cannot say in interviews. I think it's one of the main reasons why I revisit shows like Rendezvous with Simi Garewal, Jeena Isi Ka Naam Hai, and even the early seasons of Coffee with Karan, because there was a sense of abandon and candidness that existed, and that is slowly dissipated as celebrities come under the scanner of each and every move. Through this video, I want to focus on some of the rare occasions in which people associated with the film industry have been surprisingly candid and forthcoming with regards to personal as well as professional questions. Questions usually met with generic coached answers, but in this case will surprise you and make for great and rare moments that last a lifetime. Without further ado, here is Tried&Refused Productions talking about 10 times Indian celebrities gave brutally honest answers in interviews. Lata Mangeshkar ji. We lost a legend in every shape and form this year with Lata Mangeshkar, an icon who dedicated her life in blessing us with an angelic voice with countless number of songs that can only be termed as classics and evergreen. No one can really question the impact the singer had over several decades as she became the voice of actors across generations, and that can only be said for a few artists. Her relevance over the years and ethereal quality is honestly unmatched. But one often gets taken aback by all this stardom, assuming it to equate to happiness, and little do people know about the daily internal struggles one goes through. In a candid interview with Pritish Nandi, Lata Mangeshkar was asked who she would like to be reborn as, and this is what she said.
ना ही जन्म मिले तो अच्छा है, और अगर वाकई जन्म मिला मुझे तो मैं लता मंगेशकर बनना नहीं चाहूँगी।
क्यों?
नहीं, ये लता मंगेशकर की जो तकलीफें हैं वो उसको ही पता है.
A moment that I think all of us deeply empathize with, but also puts things into perspective on what may be beyond the starry lights of success and fame. Jim SARBH. Oftentimes, celebrities are bombarded with invasive questions about their personal life, and most often they are very clear about their boundaries and make that very apparent in interviews, while most of them stand their ground with a smile on their face so that the entertainment portals don't label them as being livid. Others, with their own inventive charm, reply back to the journalists, giving a taste of their own medicine. Jim SARBH is considered to be an eccentric and extremely confident man, and when he was asked about his personal life by the channel Bollywood Bubble, it accounted for one of the most hilarious and awkward back and forths between a journalist and an actor.
Talking about your personal life,
I won't.
Okay, so then
Talking about your personal life.
my personal life.
You got a girlfriend?
Yeah.
Who?
Why should I tell you?
I agree. Carry on.
Never did anyone anticipate that a Bollywood interview would transition to become a pillow fight.
Like if you ask me again about my personal life, maybe I can use this pillow. Like throwing it at you.
Please don't.
The Producer's ADDA. Every single Producer's ADDA that happens on the Film Companion YouTube channel, we hear producers vent about the increasing actors' prices in Bollywood, and this year was no different. This roundtable accounts for some of the most candid conversations because it seems like the producers finally get an avenue to provide a clearer picture to the public of the dynamics within the industry. The most shocking part of the discussion was when actual numbers started floating around about actors' prices that definitely led to the viewers' jaws dropping, that this really represents some of the fees being quoted in the film industry.
What is that number?
It's reached 135 crores. I'm not even getting into that. Anu,
To one actor.
Anu, the thing
No,
is
Nikhil, to one actor.
Yes,
one
yes.
actor. To one actor. I don't have it.
How
I
have
paid
things
it.
been in LA for you?
I think, however, the most thought-provoking part of the discussion was around the concept of censorship and how we as an audience often mistake the rules and regulations that are being applied on OTT platforms as only a creator being told not what to make. But it also creates a slippery slope of how our choices as viewers are being controlled, something articulated very well by Zoya Akhtar.
So it's everybody. It's not just directors or producers, you know, or platforms. The audience needs to know that even they are being told that you're not mature enough to see this, or formed enough mentally to make your own assessment.
SMITA Patil, one of the most talented actors from the Hindi film industry from the 70s to the 80s, is considered to be SMITA Patil. She was known for having a keen eye for compelling and thought-provoking content, and was actually averse to the commercial landscape that mostly portrayed its women as inconsequential or merely used them as a way to titillate the audience. In an interview with Doordarshan, SMITA Patil candidly spoke about the harmful marketing of films to the Indian audience and how it creates a misplaced narrative of what the film represents. This is what she had to say, as the poster of her film Chakra had caused quite the stir in public as it showcased a SMITA Patil bathing in the open.
ये फिल्म जब कमर्शियल सर्किट में बिकती हैं तो पब्लिसिटी ये बात हमेशा डिस्ट्रीब्यूटर्स के हाथ में होती है, और एक फिल्म को हिंदुस्तान के ऑडियंस का एक शायद ये नहीं भी होगा, लेकिन ये बात उन पर फोर्स की गई है कि देखिए जी, इसमें तो सेक्स है, इसमें तो आधे नंगे शरीर है औरतों की, तो आप फिल्म देखने के लिए आइए। ये एक ऐसी एटीट्यूड बन गई है जो बहुत गलत है।
Dharmendra. It is a very well-known fact that Jab We Met was initially conceptualized with Bobby Deol in mind. The Deol family in the industry is known for keeping their heart on their sleeve and really cherish the relationships that they develop. Known for launching creators like Rajkumar Santoshi and Imtiaz Ali, during the promotions of the Sunny Deol directorial feature Ghayal, Dharmendra was very candid about how heartbroken he feels when individuals that he helped initially in their career don't really reciprocate the same way.
हमने राज संतोषी जैसे डायरेक्टर पैदा किए हैं, इम्तियाज अली जैसे डायरेक्टर पैदा किए हैं, लेकिन कहते हैं ना, वो असलियत सामने आ ही जाती है, वो सामने हमारे साथ नहीं आ सकी, जुड़े नहीं हमारे साथ.
The legend doesn't really mince his words, but who really knows the truth of what happens behind the scenes in the filmmaking and hiring process? Rohit Shetty. 2021's biggest hit was Suryavanshi. While some absolutely loved the mass theatre experience that the film guaranteed, others felt that it was a mediocre commercial project that just seemed to follow the beats of a typical Rohit Shetty fare. The director has a connection with the mass audience that is unparalleled, having one of the most consistent records at the box office, but the politics that he showcases in his movies are often questioned by various news portals. When The Quint did an interview with Shetty of his portrayal of Muslim characters as antagonists in his films, he replied back to why the portrayal of Hindu men as the villains in his previous films did not cause for the same outrage.
Jaikant Shukre was a Hindu, Marathi. Then in this universe, second came where a Hindu godman was there. Then Simba Durva Ranade was a Maharashtrian again. In these three negative forces were Hindu. Why isn't a problem?
A reply to a layered and complex question that actually makes you think about the discourse online regarding the same. Akshay Kumar. On a lighter note, from the plethora of interviews and snippets that I have already spoken about, I really find the next clip one of the funniest anecdotes from an actor when it comes to the process that they follow. In the Actors Roundtable, many actors like Irfan Khan, Rajkumar Rao and Ayushmann Khurrana were talking about the steps that they follow before getting into the skin of the character. While Irfan and Rajkumar Rao were still more intense about the homework that they do to understand the psychology of their characters, Ayushmann communicated the free spirit that he is and how he isn't really a method actor. This leads to Rajkumar asking Akshay Kumar about his process, leading to a hilarious anecdote that led to an absolute gold interview moment.
My process? I take a whole script, I mark 3-4 scenes which are the most important scenes. इस पे मैंने काम करना, बाकी ऐसे ही चलना जैसे I just have to say my lines. Normal. But these are the 4 scenes. जब फिल्म देखने के बाद वो 3-4 scenes होते हैं, वो सबसे खराब होते हैं, बाकी सब बढ़िया.
Abhay Deol. 2020 was a torrid year regarding news around the Hindi film industry. The unfortunate passing of a star and social media were up in arms, questioning every system of the industry in and out. What especially came under the scanner were the horrid ramifications of blind items. Articles without naming celebrities but making it pretty obvious who they are talking about, shedding light on gossip and behaviors behind closed doors that is protected under the guise of anonymity. During this period, Abhay Deol, an individual known for being honest regarding several elements of the film industry, made his stand clear about the hypocrisy that comes with film journalism.
While Rajiv Massan talks about producers selling out making formula films, he goes around writing blind items. I mean, there's no journalistic integrity to that. So I find the hypocrisy a little jarring.
Radhika Apte. One of the most vocal and candid actors who has spoken about the evolution of female representation in films and has made active choices to lead by example and play complex and layered characters is Radhika Apte. A rather unpopular opinion that really rubbed people the wrong way was when she accounted her horrifying experience working in the Telugu industry with Rajiv Masant. While her experience does not point a general picture of an industry and is only representative of her experience, many people flippantly remarked on what does she expect if they do 2 films with Nandamuri Balakrishna.
I think the one industry I've struggled the most with is Telugu.
Okay.
That industry is so patriarchal and so sort of male dominant, male chauvinist. I mean, it's unbearable. And even their part in the films is like, my man is the god.
I can't even imagine knowing Radhika Apte today that she once worked as a romantic interest with Bala on the big screen. Samantha. Ever since Samantha's explosive performance in The Family Man, more than her craft and professional capability, her personal life has been under the limelight of news portals and publications. Everything from conjecture, conspiracy theories, and blasphemous statements regarding her professional choices as well as her personal life, something that can be horrifying and overwhelming for someone constantly reading it. Quite the contrary to most of her interviews, we saw vulnerable Samantha as she was asked during the Actors ADDA of what her future plans are, a moment that is reflective how everyone is embarking upon a journey of self-discovery, the complexities of which are only known to the individual.
All my carefully laid plans have crumbled, so I have no expectations. I am open to whatever the future has in store for me. I just know that I will give it my very best.
And that was the video, guys. Write down in the comments below whether you have some video ideas for our channel. Please don't forget to follow me on Instagram. The handle's right in front of you. Follow me at JammyPants4. Also, please support us by smashing the like button and subscribing to our channel for weekly content ahead. Thank you for watching.